Hey everybody.
Hey. How's it going?
So this is
Oh yeah, we're drinking
Books and
dry.
Bag.
Oh wait,
Books and
we're
Baggins.
Books and Baggins.
sometimes we're drinking
Sometimes
dry.
we are, but
The Ents symbol. There we go.
yeah, that threw me off. That.
Yes,
Anyway,
we are Books and Baggins, but we're also drinking dry this episode.
we're the other and, not the first one.
We're still the and. Yeah.
We still have and.
If visually it looks different, it's because we couldn't get our camera to work
the camera
properly,
wasn't cooperating, so we killed him,
yeah,
and
pretty much.
we got a new guy. So
Yeah, pretty much.
say hi to Fred.
That's a terrible name.
It is, but he's not dead.
Yeah, that's true. Not
Yet.
yet. Yeah, today we're doing Chapter 4, Treebeard.
Yes, we got our trees.
We got our beards.
And we got our beards.
Very lengthy chapter. I didn't have the chance to read through it or listen to it, so I had to skim through it literally like 10 minutes ago, and I'm like,
Look
wow.
at you, slacking off on your job.
I know, yeah. It's
strange when I'm the one who's putting in the work, and you're the one who's slacking.
actually, yeah, it is kind of rare.
Because normally it's the other way around.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, I could give them the excuse of like having my
Oh,
own
we all
podcast,
got excuses.
but
Jax.
I'm not gonna do that because it's Lord of the Rings. So
It's Lord of the Rings. This is your bad. I just play in it.
yeah. So we get to the first segment where we pretty much try to summarize what happens in the chapter.
Yeah. I guess this is one of those like on the last episode.
From last time.
Cue Dragon Ball guitar.
Yes.
Which, sad thing that the guy passed
That
away.
is true. That was recent.
That was actually recent history, but rest
Yeah.
in peace. Moving on. Sorry.
From last
Starting
time.
off from the last chapter, we have our two hobbit boys,
Merry and Pipsqueak.
Pipsqueak, Merrywinkle, and Pipsqueak.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas and Pipsqueak. They're
Yes, they ran away from the
ran
orcs.
away from the orcs
into the Fangorn Forest.
over the garden wall. And
kind of.
it
It was weird in the forest.
It was kind of weird in the forest, and they're essentially getting away from the orcs.
Mm-hmm.
And
In the beginning of the chapter, they're like, which way do we go? We should just move forward the best that we can. Try to find some water. Try to get some food.
Survive.
Eventually, they're like, oh, we need to go up into the trees so that we can have a lookout.
I don't know what's going on out there.
Shut up! We're recording. Shut up.
We just wanted to breeze and look at what you guys are doing.
But yeah, they pretty much. I think it's Pippin who climbs up, or it's both of them. Sorry, they both climb up
They both are kicking.
to get a sight of the land, pretty much. Pretty much that. And then all of a sudden, Treebeard just shows up. He's just like, "Hey guys, you like the forest?
Do you like trees?
Because
And do you like beards?
they think they're like, oh, like at first we're like, oh, this forest is cool, but now not so much because it's like it's dark in here. It's like it's cold, it's clammy, and then Treebeard's like, oh, so you almost like the forest,
You almost like my wood.
but you don't. So that's kind of weird.
Yeah, it's weird. You guys sound like
You
orcs.
don't like my home?
You guys sound like orcs to
Yeah.
me. They don't like trees. So basically saying some racist shit, just like profiling them.
I mean, kind of.
I mean,
it's orcs though. So.
Let's not go there. These Tolkien orcs are awful. Let's be honest.
Tolkien orcs.
Tolkien orcs?
Yes.
God awful.
They're bent for like violence and fear and
That's
just
literally
killing.
their whole bag. Yeah. They
Yeah.
just go around killing, murdering,
Pretty much.
pillaging.
Yeah. But
Did I say killing?
yeah, it goes along with it.
It goes along. Yeah.
But yeah, so he shows up pretty much, and he starts talking to them pretty much in his own like little like and then starts singing to them.
His moans and groans.
Moans and groans, yeah. And they're trying to like convince Treebeard like, hey, like we're hobbits. we're just halflings here, and
Treebeard's like, what the fuck's a
Yeah.
hobbit?
Hobbit? What?
Where you guys come from?
Yeah, it's like, never heard of a hobbit before.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Sounds like orc mischief
Yeah.
to me. Yeah.
They come with fire,
They come with axes,
gnawing,
fighting, hacking, hacking, burning. Curse them.
I think,
Yeah.
man, just the way that they did his voice was.
Yeah.
I think. It was
Oh,
spot on.
the audiobook version did a pretty good job with
Yeah.
his voice also. Yeah. For all you guys, all my other audiobook listeners.
But I think Merry and Pippin mention Gandalf maybe somewhere,
Yeah, they like
And
brought
then-
up, they name dropped Gandalf.
and then Treebeard's like, "Oh, what is Gandalf up to nowadays?" Because Saruman's like right
Yeah,
there.
right
He's
there.
just like, Saruman's terrible.
Yeah, he's just being a shitty neighbor right
He's-
now.
More than that,
Yeah.
he's just being a villain.
Yeah, he's like, yeah, I think Saruman's doing some shady shit over there.
Yeah. And eventually he's just like, "Oh, I'm just gonna take you over to my home because you guys actually seem,
You're
okay.
You're chill, alright?
But we're gonna go into the forest and see what the rest of the Ents say about you."
Oh, okay. Let me take you to the rest of my...
Yeah. No, it's
like-
just like, sure.
I mean, when a tree like 20 times your size is telling you you're gonna go do a thing with me because I say so,
you better do the thing.
yeah, and you're just two little hobbits, you're like, I guess I'm doing the thing.
I guess we're gonna go see more trees.
I guess that's what I'm doing right now.
And then in the middle of that, I was like I mentioned to you earlier. There's like some Silmarillion references,
Mm-hmm.
and one of them is actually one of the lands that I love in the Silmarillion.
Oh.
And because it says in the middle of one of his songs that he
Mhm.
sings to them as he's,
Oh yeah, he sings a lot.
he sings a lot.
He sings a lot.
Yes. The line just says, let's see here. I wandered in summer in the elm woods of Osirian, all the light and the music in the summer by the seven rivers of Osir. So the Osirians pretty much like the green elves, and they pretty much
Okay.
adore nature and
Yeah.
trees and forests and streams. And it's just like, oh, I actually kind of forgot about that. And Neldorath is also from Silmarillion. Darthonian, also from Silmarillion, which
Yeah, there was a lot of name drops.
yeah, Darthonian was like a really high elven place, and it was like one of the most like protected woods, pretty much.
Really?
So it was interesting to.
Nobody
just
who
read
ever
through
goes
it.
to Darthonian ever comes back.
Well, they do, but
Well, that I'm aware of as of this moment.
until
you told me that.
it sank into the sea, then nobody came back because
Is that the Atlantis place that you were talking about?
no.
No?
No, there's like basically like there's like the chunk of Middle Earth,
No.
and then to the west of that was Balerion, which
Oh.
is Silmarillion stuff
Okay.
plus Middle Earth. But
Check out the Silmarillion and Exploring
yes,
Arda. with
and
Jackson.
exploring art. I read through the entire Silmarillion.
Where we go through the
last
entire
year.
swing. So check that out also.
Yes.
Little plug there.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
Because it was like after Numenor that Balerion just went.
Yeah, so if you're still curious, you can check out one of those and come back to this one.
Yep. I
As
mean,
we
I had to mention it
Yeah.
because it's in the chapter, so it's still relevant.
Yeah.
I had to get my inner nerd out.
Go
So,
ahead.
you know what happens after that? After his singing?
So after his singing, don't they get to his place?
Mm-hmm.
And so this is where the concept of an Ent house is introduced to me.
Yeah.
So there's a table. There's a fucking table here.
Mhm.
I wasn't actually expecting furniture. I thought it was just gonna be like trees in the form of like some
Right.
sort of fucking tent. No, there's furniture
A
here.
great stone table.
Yeah, great
stood
stone
there.
table.
I'm actually right here,
Oh,
but
yeah,
no
there you go.
chairs
No chairs because they're trees.
because they just stand.
It's kind of weird if they
They
would
don't-
have. It's actually really weird if they have chairs,
I know.
considering what
Because at
chairs
first you're
are
like,
made
no
of.
chairs, and it's just like, oh, but they're trees. So
Yeah.
they always stand.
They're always standing.
Mm.
Plus, what would a chair be made out of?
Stone.
Stone?
But if it's made out of wood, that's just weird.
If it's wood, it's weird.
Because it's like, oh, I made this from
Yeah.
old
Yeah, this
guy who
this,
perished and
this
withered
one,
away.
This one asshole tree, like he was just he's a bad egg. Like he was just a bad egg.
He was bad root.
He was a bad root.
Bad to the root.
Just a bad nut.
Yeah, there you go. That's better. But yeah,
But yeah, this is where we get introduced to Treebeard's home, and also this whole thing that they never really showed in the movies of like how they kind of get all like riled up and shit.
Yeah, actually.
Yeah. That you want to explain that a little bit more?
Like with the water and stuff like that?
Well, the water, and also like when he was just getting like all like, because then after they like basically hung out and like drank like the water, which was
the water. The water kind of just made them like, kind of get refreshment, I guess. Within them. So like it's like a special kind of water.
Yeah, it's not your average.
It's not like enchanted, but
it's not ice.
It is, like, and it isn't.
It's like the nicest bottled water.
Yeah.
But like from the source.
Oh, it was Ent wash. There you go.
Ent wash.
Yeah, the effect of the draught began at the toes and rolled steadily through every limb, bringing refreshment and vigor as it coursed upwards, right to the tips of the hair.
Yeah, we could have used this at the orc, running.
Yeah, they probably would have
marathon
preferred that over like liquor.
I mean,
warm liquor.
Liquor.
But it's like orc. But it's like orc.
One's a natural remedy. This other one's like possibly like engineered. You know.
But okay. So then they pretty much Merry and Pippin tell pretty much their whole story. Almost in a way. They begin with the Black Riders, and then Elrond and Rivendell.
And they're kind of like talking over each other and telling different parts of the story. And then, Treebeard being like a dope listener is just like, cool. But tell me about the other thing again, because I have a couple questions about this. Like, he was just being a really awesome like host, I guess.
Yeah, he actually was.
He actually was being like a really cool dude. And
Treebeard was, however, especially interested in everything that concerned Gandalf, and most interested of all in Saruman's doings.
Yeah. Hey, what is that asshole doing anyway? What's the cheese man? Like, tell me what's going on here.
No. Yeah, actually, yeah.
He's such a gossip.
Actually, yeah, he's just like, tell me more. Yeah,
it's like, tell me about that.
The cool thing that, I mean, obviously, since Treebeard's very old, Pippin actually asked, who is Saruman? Do you know anything about his history? Saruman is a wizard, answered Treebeard. More than that I cannot say. I do not know the history of the wizards. They appeared first after the great ships came over the sea. But if they came with the ships, I can never tell. Saruman was reckoned great among them. So, pretty much, he's just like, I don't know about like the wizards and Saruman, but they're old. They're very old.
Yeah, they've been around for a while. I don't know their whole deal, but like Saruman was considered like a big deal.
Yeah, like the Astari are very, very old. Like many hundreds of years old. But
older than
trees. So is Treebeard. He's very, very old. But
interesting, like later on in the chapter that I found out there was like trees out there in the world that are like older than Treebeard, because I always kind of viewed Treebeard being like super old.
Like one of the eldest ones?
Yeah, one of the eldest ones. But it's like, oh no, there's still trees older than me. I'm like, that does kind of make sense now that I think about it. It's just funny that I never thought of it before, I guess.
Yeah.
But naturally, I guess if I would have followed that line of questioning,
And then he talks about the Entwives, how they
lost them.
They just disappeared.
Yeah, we don't know what happened.
We stayed here, and they left. And
we went out looking for them, and we couldn't find them. Like,
you know where they're at? We don't even know what Entwives are. We didn't even know what Ents were until now.
No, you guys seen any? Y'all got any Ent hoes over there? Like,
oh my goodness.
Bro, this is like literally just like an old man, like with the just worst case of blue balls. Like, he's just desperate. Pining takes a new meaning here.
Pining because they're trees. Pines.
But
because he says when the darkness came in the north, the Entwives crossed the great river, which is Anduin, and made new gardens and tilled new fields, and we saw them more seldom. After the darkness was overthrown, the land of the Entwives blossomed richly, and their fields were full of corn.
Just corn.
Corn
is king.
Many men learned the crafts of the Entwives and honored them greatly. That's what I thought was interesting. Yeah. But we were only a legend to them, a secret in the heart of the forest. So I'm like, interesting. So like,
you have two very different perceptions of Ents, essentially.
Right. And so it's just, I don't know. And then pretty much once the Entwives were gone, the men call them the Brownlands now because it's all kind of like withering and kind of decayed. And
which kind of begs the question, like, what the fuck happened to them?
yeah, I know.
Genuinely,
it literally is a mystery. So
it's like, just a mystery. Maybe they just went into another world, another place,
another time. And the Skeksis are involved.
Yeah.
Which would make sense because the land around the place that the Skeksis are at, it's all
kind of
like withering and gray,
and then it's just like lush forest.
Yeah.
And forest or jungle? It's really hard to tell. It's a little bit of both, actually. it's their version of a frungle. A frungle.
Sure. And then he sings another song.
And of course he sings another song.
Because it separates it with Ent and Entwife.
Oh yeah, and
so
then he's like
a
alternating between this is what
forth.
the Ents would sing, and this is what the Entwives would sing, and then going back and forth and this and that.
He sings a lot.
He sings a lot. I've never found a tree that sang so much.
Yeah, I know.
More than Treebeard.
But yeah, so then after that, one of the lines that says, hold on. Now I'm going to stand up and take a little sleep. This is Treebeard.
Yeah.
Where will you stand?
Where will you stand?
We usually lie down to sleep, said Merry.
He's like, lie down to sleep.
Lie down. That doesn't compute.
Oh, you guys are...
Oh,
y'all
you guys go
You
this
guys
way.
go this way.
That's
oh,
weird.
That is a... Just stands and sleeps.
Good night.
I'm a tree now.
That'd be kind of interesting to be like, okay, good night. And he just stands there and goes, good night.
Well, it's not unlike horses, They just sleep.
I suppose.
They just sleep. I guess... I don't know if they always sleep when they stand and sleep.
I think so. The horses? Yeah.
Is it all the time?
Mm-hmm.
Because I know they can lay down.
Yeah, they can, but they just don't like it.
They just don't. Yeah, because I guess it's like a vulnerable thing.
Yeah.
They can't.
And then the thing that I was telling you earlier about the Dirndingle.
Oh yeah, the Dirndingle.
Apparently, the place where the Entmoot happens. So the
Entmoot
is the occasion.
Yeah.
The place is called a Dirndingle.
Yeah, the place where we do it is at the Dirndingle.
I love it.
And then we have like a meeting with all the other Ents.
At the Dirndingle.
At the
Don't be late for the dingle.
Yeah. Moot at the dingle.
I used to like that. Funny. Hey guys. Moot at the dingle.
Yeah.
Okay.
Another moot at the dingle?
Another moot.
Oh, alright. Let's go. This is serious stuff, guys.
Maybe we should call it whenever we record.
Another
Books and
moot.
Baggins. Alright guys, it's time for another moot at the dingle.
Moot at the dingle. We're gonna need to have like a lot more trees and stuff.
I feel like if you do it in like a country accent. Hey guys, another moot at the dingle.
Jesus, I knew this was coming. Yeah. Moot at the dingle.
Moot at the dingle, guys. Yeehaw.
You're such a country boy.
Well, I can't help it. Okay, I am literally from.
I know.
I'm from corn country. Okay.
You're a child of the corn.
I am.
You live by the corn, die by the corn.
Never leaves you.
It never leaves you.
You always got a kernel in you.
He's got it in the veins. He's got kernels in his veins.
No!
That's why you can't stand the heat.
That makes sense. That makes sense.
It's all coming together.
So all of the sounds that they hear, so they never really hear words. Because it says, Merry and Pippin caught no proper words. It sounded like boom, boom, rum, boom, boom, rar. Boom, boom, darar, boom, boom, darar, boom.
Noise.
And so on.
And noise. It sounded like...
With a constant change of note and rhythm.
Yeah.
So, now and again, they thought they heard an answer, a hum or a quiver of a sound. They seemed to come out of the earth or from boughs. I pronounce it boughs.
Boughs, yeah.
Is that how they pronounce it?
I think so.
Yeah, that's why I always pronounce it. Above their head, and perhaps from the boles of the trees. But Treebeard did not stop or turn his head to either side. So they're just like shaking, like
yeah, they're just speaking in, I don't know,
old Entish,
old boom voice.
Boom voice.
Or what else would you call it?
Boom. What's it's Entish.
Yeah, boom voice.
Boom, boom. Mike comes in.
Boom.
This is my boomstick.
They talk by touching tips.
No. Okay, let's move on.
No, let's move on.
So then they start talking about Isengard and Orthanc, and pretty much Treebeard is just like, yeah, none of us really like Saruman. We're actually planning on doing something
we
to
might
him.
do something, but first...
Because he started
we're gonna get all the facts.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
At first, we're like, I don't know that you guys are okay.
Yeah.
Still
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
Because they're like, oh yeah, they always call them hasty. Like, very, very, they're trying to hurry things up.
Well, because they're the concept of time for an Ent and literally everything else except maybe elves is vastly different. And I guess wizards, but
I get the whole thing of like Ents like talking slow and taking their time because it's just like, well, they're trees, so I mean,
like trees weren't originally able to talk in the first place.
Well, that too.
And
but we also learned about the trees that the hobbits fought in the Fellowship of the Ring.
Yeah.
So that was also wild to hear. But yes, still.
Yeah. There's a lot of knowledge being dropped and references to the past.
Yeah, I think so. And pretty much they're like, okay, well, we got this part of the moot covered.
Yes,
but now you guys have to go nap again.
Yeah, because I mean, you guys are just going to be standing here listening to a bunch of stuff that you don't understand.
Yeah.
For the next couple days.
Pretty much.
So here's my buddy,
Quickbeam. or Bregalad.
Bregalad.
That's his elvish name.
Which is his elvish name.
And it threw me off. I'm like,
who the fuck's
Bregalad?
I was like, oh yeah, that's Quickbeam.
And then I read a little further, Quickbeam.
Yeah, that's Quickbeam.
So, yeah, and then Quickbeam is like this like hyper
for an Ent. You know, like
the most active of the Ents,
yeah.
I feel like.
Yeah.
Because he like sings and laughs and all that stuff.
And it's funny because like they're like, well, he's considered like the more quickest one, and he's kind of just standing there. He's just looking at us.
You're like, this is.
I like to think it was like 5 minutes of him just like staring them down.
Yeah, right.
He was like, "Hello there."
I know that.
I am Quickbeam.
So you do talk. Okay.
It's like, okay, all right. I wasn't sure if you were holding me hostage or not.
Yeah, right. He says, all that day they walked about in the woods with him, singing and laughing, for Quickbeam often laughed. He laughed if the sun came out from behind a cloud. He laughed if they came upon a stream or a spring. Then he stooped and splashed his feet and head with water. He laughed sometimes at some sound or whisper in the trees. Whenever he saw a rowan tree, he halted a while with his arms stretched out and sang, and swayed as he sang. So he's just like, ah, I love this place. Ah,
I'm just a wacky, fun guy.
Yeah. Is that a cloud? Ah,
yeah.
Is that a river? Ah,
he's like an eccentric Ent.
He really is, actually. Yeah, and so he pretty much kind of goes into a little bit of history too. Quickbeam does. Talking about like the ancient Ents and the Ent wives and whatnot.
Here's a show. My book up.
I suppose. I feel like I have to do the summary because I didn't remember much of the.
Yeah, no, you're doing great. Actually, you're doing really great. I was thinking about jumping a couple times. I'm like, well, I mean, Jackson's got it.
Yeah.
I'm gonna jump in right now.
Because I remember, I mean, like the last time that I read Lord of the Rings was a few years ago, so I'm trying to recall everything from a few
No, you're
years
doing great.
ago.
No, you're doing great.
But yeah, they actually stay there in the forest for 3 days. Which was actually a while.
Yes, the first day, nice and sunny. Second day, cloudy and cold. Third day, noisy.
Yeah, very noisy.
Because they were just like, brah!
They're like, yeah, at first it was just like, panic.
Yeah, because first it's all like quiet.
It's kind of cold in here.
It's getting cold. And then on the third day, it was all dead silent. And then all of a sudden, brah!
Ents moved out the dingle!
Dingle's down. Dingle's done. Let's go. Let's go to Isengard, boys. I'm just picturing like
Damn
the fucking
dingle.
I don't know if
Isengard.
I don't know if you've like heard anything about like the Helldivers game, but like it's literally just I've been watching a lot of memes of Helldivers stuff. My God, it's imagine Starship Troopers.
Yeah.
And Terminator.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
That's a lot at once.
Yeah. But yeah.
Yeah, because they literally say, "Come join the moot. We are off. We are off to Isengard."
It's basically battle drum.
Boom,
Boom, boom, boom, boom.
And then they sing another song.
Oh yeah, and they're singing. Wait, because what else?
I do like the last lines though. So it says, "To land of gloom with tramp of doom, with roll of drum we come, we come. To Isengard with doom we come.
Yeah.
With doom we come, with doom we come." So they're just like, "Okay, let's go for the death. Let's go."
Yeah, straight up to the death.
To the death.
And then Treebeard's like, oh shit, this could really be it.
Like, oh yeah.
Oh yeah, this actually could be it. Because we don't know what happened to the wives.
We lost them, and we're just
lost them, and we're kind of all that's left.
We're going against a wizard?
And we're gonna fight a wizard.
And orcs? You mean the orcs that burnt like half of the forest?
And not just
already?
orcs, but also these like super juiced up orcs too, so that's like a lot.
Yeah, that's also true.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Crap, this might be it, guys.
Yeah. And I guess I'll read the last couple sentences that says, "At last they stood upon the summit and looked down into a dark pit, the great cleft at the end of the mountains, Nan Kuranir, the valley of Saruman. Night lies over Isengard," said Treebeard.
Said Treebeard. I read that.
But yeah, so that's kind of the chapter about roughly about what happens.
Yes. I mean, yeah, that's pretty much what happened.
Yeah. So, and it was a long summary, but it was also a long chapter.
It was there was a lot of singing. Honestly, there was a lot of moments where I'm just like...
And I did read from the book, so...
Yeah, and there was a lot where I'm just like... Is this relevant? Like, is this really relevant right now?
Yeah. Like repeating the history of the Ent-Wise like 5 times.
Because like not just that, and also like you're basically telling this other tree guy everything that's happened, and we've just read everything that's happened to that point.
Yeah, pretty much.
It's almost like it's like that part of like the like if it was like in a seasonal sort of like it's like that episode where it's like the recap episode.
Yeah.
Talking about everything happening
like
up until that point. Yeah, where it's just literally just them talking about like literally everything up to that point now. Yeah, this chapter felt very much like that.
Very repetitive. Like, okay, yes, we get it. They escaped the orcs. We know who Gandalf is. We know who Saruman is.
Yeah, with like a little bit of like extra additional content, I guess.
Right. Yeah. I get it. Like, there was a lot of repeating stuff, and it's like, okay, like that's why it was long. But I'm like, okay, let's
all right.
We can move toward
the moot along.
Yeah, right.
Let's moot along.
Let's moot along.
Yeah.
But anything that stood out specifically, like any like scenes that stuck out specifically.
Quick Beam stood out. Actually, yeah, we didn't get to see him in the movie.
Also,
I guess the most reference to Quick Beam was just having like that one really like tall tree moving around like a little bit quicker than the other ones.
Yeah.
In the movie, because I do remember there was like a tree like that was just like very lanky.
Yeah, which might be.
Maybe. I don't know.
But
I don't know. That's just the conjecture of it.
Yeah, I feel like some of the stuff that kind of, I guess, specifically for me is just like the way that Ents talk, I suppose. Yeah. And that they can understand common, I guess. Some of them can, probably. Because, I mean, if Treebeard can, I wonder if the rest can.
Treebeard's also like one of the older ones, if not the oldest one in the movie.
In Fangorn. Yeah. So I'm like, I wonder if they actually understood the hobbits, or if they actually had to, like, do their, Entish language in order for them to actually decide.
I mean, that would make sense too, because maybe not all of them.
Because that's something that's like interesting in the movies, because like when Merry's just like, "But you're part of this world, aren't you?"
And they're all just kind of looking at each other like,
"Oh, maybe we are." So it's just like, interesting that they kind of.
So you guys.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. I see what you mean. It's like
reading through the chapter, I'm just like, okay, so they speak in Entish, but like in the movies, I guess this is kind of like the comparison.
Yeah, I guess if we're doing the comparison thing right now,
that it's just like, I wonder if that was like.
I think it's just more to like show them like taking in the information and like processing it in the movie, I guess. Maybe. Of like Merry's outburst at that moment. But yeah. Interesting thought.
Yeah. Anything else you want to add to it before you get to like the rating comparisons?
No, I think I'm ready for the rating. Yeah.
It's like 1 out of 10. How well did the films adapt this chapter?
So I think they did the very best that they could with the time constraints that they had for a movie like.
Yeah. And 2 Towers was the shortest one out of 3.
Yeah.
It was still 2.5 hours.
It's still 2.5 hours, which is a lot, bro. I can see that being a lot for people still. I get like a lot had to be cut out, especially from this chapter.
Especially from this chapter.
Yeah.
I would give it a nice like 7 out of 10.
I'll give it a 7. Also.
Like pretty high up, and obviously because a lot of things were missing, but.
I mean, but we kind of didn't need a lot of those things anyway, so it's like...
Like, watchers don't our viewers don't really need to like
See
understand that yes, like we get that the ant wives are missing, but we don't need to be reminded.
Like that literally was like summarized perfectly with just like the one comment that
From
they
the
had, like
films?
one
Yeah.
line or two that they had in the movie.
lost
We just
them.
lost them. We don't know what happened to them.
It's just like, oh, really?
Like, damn.
And then he says like, I don't suppose you've
Yeah.
seen them around, and they're like, no.
Just one quick little back and forth thing about that. Like, all right, let's keep it moving.
So, yeah. So I
And
feel
also-
like they covered that.
Also, the movie didn't need like a bunch of singing trees. I'm gonna be honest. I mean, that would have been
In-
cool.
In the extended edition, you do get to hear Treebeard sing
Sing
a little bit.
Yeah, he gets to
Just a
sing like a
tiny
little lullaby.
And you also, in the extended version as well, you get to see them drink the ant wash.
And then
They
get
grow like a couple inches
Yeah.
taller. Oh, I'm 3/8.
Yeah.
And Mary's
Which, by the way, do you wonder if like they kept on drinking that, would they just eventually have reached like people height?
I bet.
You think?
I think so. I bet.
Because that would have been
Because I know that's how the Ents
crazy.
grow, is that
Yeah, yeah.
specific ant wash.
You just keep on drinking that.
Yeah.
But like
But then again, I guess they do reach a specific height.
at a certain point. So
maybe
who knows?
maybe there's a point where they're
Who
maybe
knows?
like
maybe they'll just be
5
like
foot.
maybe they're just like short humans.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
at a certain point. So
I'd probably
maybe,
say it might get up to like maybe like 5 foot. I'll do like
I'll do like a 5'5", you know.
okay.
5'5" is like all right. You're still considered short by every other standard in like human wise.
But then if you say that you're a hobbit, you're like, whoa, that's a tall hobbit.
That's ridiculous. That's insane.
But what was your rating? 7 as well?
7, yeah,
Yeah,
7,
okay.
7, 7.
All right. I think that was pretty well for, I guess, the chapter.
Mhm.
Unless we have anything else to add to it.
God, no, I think a lot of my questions and like what ifs things I already asked in the middle of,
Yeah.
you know, we kind of answered that along with this episode. So,
I think so.
Yeah,
I think
I'm good. I'm satisfied. Do you have anything you want to ask me?
I don't know. What did you think about the Entish language being the boom, 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 boom stuff?
Well, I kind of figured. I actually, you know, I didn't expect it to be just the whole boom, 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 boom,
Yeah,
boom, boom.
because he does have other like words.
Yeah,
that he throws in
I
there.
always kind of figured it would sound kind of like the noise nature makes is what I thought in my
Okay.
head for like
Yeah.
the longest time. Like so, like the sound of like the wind going through leaves or like the swaying of like
okay.
branches and stuff like that.
Yeah, that'd be kind of cool.
Just like weird little like sounds you would hear in nature. That's what I thought Entish sound like in my head. But like it would kind of make sense for it to be a little bit more vocalized,
Yeah.
something different. And I mean, hey man, Tolkien knows what he's doing. He fucking.
I guess. I mean, he
he
was a
pioneered it.
linguist, so
Yeah, I would have to assume if he's like going up at that level of education at that time, he probably knew what he was doing.
Yeah, I think so. Would you drink the ant wash?
Absolutely.
Yeah, you go a little taller.
You know what? I always wanted an extra 2 inches.
I want to be 6 foot.
I always.
I just
wanted
want
an
to be
extra
6 foot.
I know, like I hate that I'm like right under the bar.
Because I think I'm 5'10".
You're 5'10". I'm like 5'11".
Yeah, because I know that you're like a little bit taller.
That's what I hate. I hate that.
Yeah.
Like it's right there.
It's right there,
But
but it's not
you
quite.
know, you learn to live with it.
That's what I was like, oh, totally drink the ant wash. Just like, yes.
You know, just give me 2 inches and I'll be done. That'll be my only reason for going into Middle Earth.
To go to Fangorn and drink
Just
the
like,
ant wash.
I just need 2 inches and I'm gone. Like,
just need 2 inches.
Yeah. Hey.
I mean,
Anyway,
if you can grow that too, I mean, hey,
come on.
hey, come on.
Who doesn't want an extra 2 inches? Come on.
Okay, yeah, I think that's good for Treebeard, Chapter 4.
Chapter 4 Treebeard is
done. So, you want to tell the audience where they can find us?
Yes, so you guys can check us out on YouTube, obviously,
Mm-hmm.
if you're on this channel. Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Anchor.
Yeah.
What was the other one that I keep
The
forgetting?
one that I actually stopped uploading.
Oh,
on.
really? So we're doing 4 now?
We just
Oh,
go
wow,
forward.
cool.
No more Castbox.
No more Castbox.
Yeah, just because we didn't get a lot on that one. So I'm like, it's just extra steps here and then another one.
It's just
another
one more thing for you. Yeah. No,
So-
I feel you. If nothing's happening there.
So I do apologize for people there, but I'm like, I would prefer it to be on YouTube than a small like a podcast.
Yeah.
Thing. But because a lot of people have like Apple and Spotify. And
Those
YouTube.
are already, yeah.
Those
Yeah,
are
I
like
feel
the
like
three.
Those are like the big three accessible ones. So like if that neither of any of those don't work for you, and then Anchor, I guess. Like
yeah, pretty much.
But yeah.
So. But yeah, check that out. That would be really cool.
Yeah, so do the likes, comments, and the subscriptions if you haven't done it already, because we have to make sure that the YouTube Eldritch Gods know what we have a tithe. We have a tithe we have to make. We have quotas
right over there. He's making sure that we're doing it.
He's giving me the the little he's
do the free.
Yeah. But yeah. Oh, and this man is a published author. In case you haven't noticed, you guys should check out his book. What's it called? Lands of Ordia.
Power of Heaven.
Power of Heaven.
And I'm currently writing the second book, and I'm about halfway done, ish. Not a little bit over halfway done.
Oh damn.
So it's exciting.
It's coming.
And it's been this second book has actually been like a little more personal, I suppose. I guess like just like the whole process during the whole thing. So I'm like, cool. Okay. I'm liking it better than the first one so far. So that's
a good feeling. Hell yeah.
But yeah.
Let's keep that energy going then.
Yeah, and then after that, I got 3 more books to write. After that,
only 3 guys.
Only 3, and then I have other stuff planned ahead past that as well. That, so it keeps.
But, just 3 more steps to the next couple of steps.
3 more until like the big milestone.
Yeah. So hey, check all those things out, please.
Yes. Stay tuned for another episode, and we'll catch you next time on Books and Baggins. Bye.